Welcome to the Witching Hour, a midnight broadcast from deep in the swamp on the outskirts of town. This episode is brought to you by the benevolent acquiescence of the hungry maw. The gnomes are revolting. They have also begun a revolution, having acquired a taste for human flesh and an exceptional understanding of the haunted radioactive mineshaft's layout. The network of glowing brackish tunnels covers the entirety of Howler's Holler and half of Wit's End. The gnomes have no qualms about chewing through foundations, floorboards, antique rugs, and lead-lined bunker floors. You are not safe anywhere. Befriend the gnomes as soon as you can, and appease them with assorted gems and minerals for them to snack upon. May the gnomes have mercy upon us all. A spokesperson for the gnomes spoke to me personally after he burst through the mushy floor of the shack on the outskirts of town. His name is Tourmaline. It seems that only a few of them hunger for human flesh, but these have put the fear of gnome kind into the community, and those not overcome by mindless bloodlust are taking advantage of that. As a unit, they don't have any demands, but each individual gnome not overcome by the desire to feast upon the living has certain conditions they would like to be met. Tourmaline, for instance, has offered to keep his blood-crazed cousins at bay in exchange for a bowl of whipped cream. I have happily obliged. The gnomes still roam the streets and the tunnels beneath our feet. They may be living among us, cleverly disguised as inanimate objects like furniture, appliances, or your son who has lived in your basement well into his 30s. Wiz the Sloth has come down from the trees for his weekly bowel movement on the outskirts of the swamp, and the community has taken this opportunity to question him about the future. You see, Wiz the Sloth moves so slowly, he travels backward in time, and his weekly defecation is the only time he moves quickly enough to be spotted by the naked eye. While the constipated Wiz squats on the ground, straining to shed a third of his body weight, he is plied with questions by his neighbors.
Why do my pores stink?
Bert Random here. Wiz, why is my antique plumbing business failing? I provide the best lead pipes this side of the haunted radioactive mine shaft.
My wife left me for a used Kia Sorento.
My brother took the family kombucha SCOBY and absconded into the swamp. I am determined to track him down and bring him home. The SCOBY, I mean. He has been passed down through 3 generations, suspended in the same sweet tea my great-grandfather decanted him into. My brother has only been in our family for 1 generation, and has never been suspended in sweet tea. As far as I'm concerned, he can be fired out of a cannon into the swamp.
Is there a market for zombie body parts that have fallen off?
Eventually, without answering any of these deep, burning questions, Wiz the time-traveling sloth heaved himself back up into the trees and disappeared into another dimension, inching his way backward through the currents of time. If you go back to the dawn of time, when the earth was nothing more than a ball of dark water and primordial ooze, you will see Wiz there, taking his weekly poop.
Howdy, folks! I'm Poppy Crack, owner of Crack Farm, cultivating the finest shrunken heads this side of Spud Caverns.
And I'm Rusty Crack, manager of the Crack Farm Bed and Breakfast. Experience a rustic weekend getaway on the farm, free from the shackles of technology. Frolic with the goats. Drink the goats' milk and eat their cheese. Take a midnight hike through woods that glow at night.
Thanks to the runoff of haunted radioactive sludge from the haunted radioactive mineshaft up the hill, the soil on Crack Farm is packed with all the unnatural nutrients a shrunken head needs. Truly, this dirt will sustain anything that has no business being alive, but has somehow achieved sentience. It sure keeps our shrunken heads happy.
When you're tucked into one of our soft beds, you'll never want to leave Crack Farm.
Each shrunken head is ethically harvested and sun-dried for that timeless shrunken look. Spruce up any mantelpiece and scare the scat out of your in-laws and door-to-door salesmen.
If you're planning a trip to Crack Farm, don't tell anyone where you're going. We want your experience of our remote property to remain peaceful and uninterrupted.
Crack Farm, where every crop has a face. You won't forget.
Dr. Oscopy has performed the first ever successful brain transplant. A woman named Susan volunteered to become a brain donor years ago when she renewed her ID at the local DMV in Wits End.
My license didn't expire for another 5 years, but apparently I need a slightly different card if I want to leave town. My neighbor made the mistake of trying to go to his godniece's graduation in Bones Creek and ended up being tackled and packed in a lightweight yet spacious wheelie suitcase on the town line. I narrowly avoided a similar fate on my way to the DMV. It all worked out in the end. I got a new ID with a less flattering picture of myself, but this one has a little holographic brain in the upper right-hand corner. When I heard that a local man had been found wandering brainless around his houseboat on the trash-and-grimed canal, I willingly donated my brain to the cause. I wasn't using it for nothing in particular.
This just in. Hundreds of gnomes gathered in the town square today, lured by an enormous vat of cream. Cream is their greatest love, but it is also their doom. In other news, philosopher and local irritant Alabaster Hippocampus is hosting a seminar at the town hall this Tuesday. The topic, do ghosts have squatters' rights? The Witching Hour was written and edited by Hannah Kubiak and featured the vocal talents of Brandon Haut and Brittany Haut. The theme song was Lullaby by Kim Lightyear. Special thanks to The Witching Hour's Patreon supporters, Justin and Patrick. You can become a patron at patreon.com/thewitchinghour broadcast to access outtakes and bonus content.